So back in the 80s, there there was a popular restaurant chain known as Showbiz Pizza Place, and and, and it was a popular birthday destination for children of all ages, and it was a fun place, and the characters were popular, and like any place would, they would sell merchandise like keychains, lunch boxes, cups, and, and these items are pretty rare. And other items such as tickets and tokens. But the most best item and the premium one is the Rockefeller doll set, and I will go over them today. So first of all is a Billy Bob doll. He's a pretty cool doll. He he is made by Oriental Trading Company, and he has a wooden guitar which could snap over time. And most of the time it's not on there, but sometimes if you're lucky, like in the case of my plush, it will still have it. And this guy goes for over $100 on eBay. Duke Relu. They they made Duke look so much like the animatronic in this plushie. It captures his wackiness pretty good. And he used to hold drumsticks in his hand, which were toothpicks apparently. But those got but now you but now they're not in his hand anymore because of deterioration and assuming them snapping and kid taking one out and stuff. So yeah, this Duke doll is pretty cool, and he could also go for over $100. Just saying, most of these guys go for over $100 unless if you're lucky, and the condition really depends on the price. Because if it's a bad condition one, it could go from $50 to $60. In fact, Geronimo. It captures him really good, and most of the time his parts are still on, and it captures the jazz of Fats and what he does basically. It looks exactly like the animatronic basically. And this doll goes for over $100, which I won't say that again, but all these dolls except a couple of them don't go for over $100. Mitzi Mozzarella, the vocally of the band. She must have been a popular plush for a, a lot of girls back in the 80s. And they replicated her outfit perfectly. Beach Bear. It shows the wackiness and craziness of Beach Bear. And his hair looks a little bit crazy in most of these dolls. So yeah, you can tell what he does. He is just a pretty cool surf and beach bear. And I don't own any of these other dolls besides the first three. So yeah. Next up is earliest Billy Bob doll. This one, not the earliest one, the second earliest one, and this was the first ever one to release to the public. And people call this doll the Hunchback or Beta Billy Bob doll, and it looks exactly like the Beta animatronic. So yeah, it's a really cool plush doll of Billy Bob, and this guy, he doesn't pop up that often, but yeah, but if he does, he can go over $200. And then this reward of Billy Bob inside here, the price is unknown on him because he's truly so rare and limited. And this must be a one-of-one item. It's super cool and interesting. It only showed up once on a sold eBay listing. Here is a prototype Billy Bob doll. This is truly the first ever Billy Bob doll to ever be produced. Not mass produced, but produced. And very few of this guy exist. And the tag is different. See the logo on there? It's different from the normal Showbiz one. So yeah, it doesn't say Showbiz on there. So that's how you know it's a prototype. This doll almost looks the same, but yet the colors are kind of different in the faces. And also, of course, the tag. So you know it's maybe from 1980. So yeah. Here's a prototype Duke doll. This guy looks strange, if you ask me. His outfit is made out of a different material, looks like. And he also has a space helmet on, which was not on the final plush. All it was his hat. So yeah. Oh, his space helmet was made out of the same material as the rest of his outfit. And this Duke doll popped up once on eBay from an archive listing. And there's a back of him which shows a good look at his helmet. And then another good look at Duke. So this plush is super rare. And one of the only few to exist. And here's a prototype CEI Duke doll. This guy's face kind of looks a little bit too small, kind of funky. So yeah, here is a prototype Fats doll, which the difference is the buttons on him. On the final one, there is no buttons on it. And these dolls had a latex face. And here's the finalized Fats doll, which can go over $200 and is super rare. This Beach Bear doll pops up on eBay a lot and can go over for $300. And then the Mitzi doll, which could go over $300 as well. Rolf the Wolf, it's unknown because he is a prototype. And he is super rare, and also there's Ertl with him as well. Here is a Beach Bear doll variant, and his shorts are different. And also his face looks a little bit different as well. Here is a prototype Looney Bird doll face. The doll does not exist, but the face does. This could have been a Looney Bird doll, which seems pretty hard to make. And then a prototype Beach Bear doll with different swim trunks and more dark fur. And here is a prototype Earl. And then a kind of better, in my opinion, prototype Earl. And then the Showbiz large Billy Bob doll. And these guys are large size dolls. And the difference is the buttons. So yeah. And then a prototype Mitzi doll, which has bigger ears. And then this is not a Rockafire main band character, but is Hannah Banana from the Hannah Banana Rockafire show at Hannah Banana restaurants in the UK with Billy Bob and Liebert and Hannah Banana. This plush, it's unknown the price because I've never seen it go up on eBay before. It's a pretty cool plush. And it is considered a UK exclusive. Here is a handmade Billy Bob Harry Lee doll that released and is super rare, and only a couple hundred of this guys exist because of the fur. It's real Billy Bob fur that was used on the animatronic, and if you ask me, that makes this doll very special. And also, it's handcrafted by Harry Lee as well, which is a doll maker from Texas. So yeah, and the box is awesome as well. And the original Showbiz dolls came in bags with the logo Showbiz at the top. And then the Budsies, which are kind of the most common Rockefeller dolls to find nowadays, and they were made in 2016 and 2018. Here's Billy Bob. He's a pretty cool looking plush. They capture him well, but he's a little bit more stylized because not the hard face. And then Rolf the Wolf, which he looks good as well. And then a doll with a doll, that's pretty awesome if you ask me. And then they replicated Earl pretty well. And then Duke Ralu, which they captured him really good. And he has drumsticks, which are plush ones, so they can't come off. Unlike the old Duke doll, which those ones are just toothpicks. And then Beach Bear, which looks pretty good, but his hair is a little bit too long. Mitzi Mozzarella, her hair is kind of weird looking, and also the angle, maybe it's just the angle, but it kind of does look a little bit weird. Not shaming Budgies or Aaron Fector, but it just kind of does. And then the Looney Bird doll, which shows a good look at his full body. And there's a size comparison next to a real Looney Bird can on the animatronic. And then a Fats doll, which looks pretty good, but you can barely see his face. And then the 2024 Billy Bob doll, which updates it and makes it more darker fur and a kind of different pattern. Next up is the Carpetbagger doll, which he went to CEI and he does know Aaron Fector and stuff. He went to Smitty Super Service Station, and it's also by Buddy as well. And this guy's probably the cheapest doll because he goes for $70. So yeah, these are all of the Rockefeller dolls produced. Most of these are prototypes, but most of them were released. So yeah, bye.